Let's send a message to our friends running the Congress these days. Stop running around for Trump and start running the country. It's time to find common ground and start delivering for the people of the United States of America. The people are watching. They want us to start working together. So our message is very clear. Either get on board or get out of the way.
We have seen enough, folks. We at the MeidasTouch Network can officially call the race in New York's 3rd Congressional District. Democratic candidate Tom Suozzi will go on to win the 3rd Congressional District against Mazi Pilip, the MAGA Republican who some were calling George Santos 2.0. Of course, this was the special election for New York's 3rd Congressional District after George Santos was removed, disgracefully removed based on his various conduct, including criminal charges ultimately brought against him. He was removed from Congress. A special election was held. You had Tom Suozzi, who actually used to be a member of Congress from the 3rd Congressional District, was also a county executive, someone with, experience and a record and who talks about policy. On the other hand, the MAGA Republicans had Mazi Pilip, who would say things like this. Play the clip.
You're going to remember this day because Mazi Pilip will knock you down.
Well, it's not Mazi time or hammer time. It's pro-democracy time. And folks, once again, independents were out in full force. The pro-democracy community was out in full force. Again, all of these polls which showed this race being very, very close were once again incorrect. And in fact, you had Tom Suozzi, the Democrat, outperforming Democratic performances even of prior years, especially as the MAGA Republicans become more and more revolting to the American people. Here, Aaron Blake talks about how George Santos lost the Queens portion of this district, which was in the 3rd Congressional District, by about 4 points in 2022. By comparison, Mazi Pilip was losing it by 26 points when there was 83% of the vote in. And Democratic candidate Tom Suozzi went on to again outperform prior years of Democrats, went on to outperform among independents. And again, what we're seeing here is this theme that we've been talking about over and over again on the MeidasTouch Network. And I'm not sure how many times we have to say, look, whatever polling data you're using, legacy media, however you are assessing the current climate, the American people are revolted by MAGA. And again, we are seeing this right here. Of course, you had Mazi Pilip, the MAGA Republican candidate, have one of the worst debate performances I think I've ever seen. But again, it's consistent with the behavior of MAGA. I mean, she basically looks like how Donald Trump debates and talks. It's a bunch of kind of nonsense and yelling. This was from the only debate that MAGA Republican Mazi Pilip agreed to with Tom Suozzi. Play the clip.
So you're pro-choice?
Again, this is a personal choice.
I'm asking you very clearly. Are you pro-choice?
I made it again. It's a personal decision.
Just say you're pro-choice.
Mazi Pilip, I am pro-life.
Would you vote to make Roe versus Wade the law of the land? Just a very simple question.
The Supreme Court gave it back to the state, in each state making that decision.
Would you support a federal ban on assault rifles?
I said I'm not going to support, I'm going to ban automatic assault weapon.
Automatic or already banned? It's semi-automatic. Will you ban semi-automatic AR-15? The Conservative Party platform that she's on wants to roll back the red flag laws and the gun show loopholes.
And you can compare that to, here's a clip of the Democratic candidate now, Congressmember Tom Suozzi. Play this clip of Tom Suozzi.
But my opponent in this post-George Santos era is not being transparent. She's just taking these extreme positions, being led around by the party leaders, both from Washington and locally. And people don't want, how can you not be transparent in this environment? She wouldn't even say who she voted for president until yesterday or 2 days ago, I think it was, when she voted for Trump. She's anti-choice. She wants to keep guns on the street. She won't ban semi-automatic weapons. She won't do bipartisan deals. She's just doing these Republican extreme talking points. I don't care whether Republican or Democratic. We don't want these extreme voices. We want people to work together to solve the problems we face.
And speaking of your opponent, she's been, shall we say, scarce.
And by the way, Mazi Pilip, like during the debate, would have to like literally read from a script. It was really, really bizarre. Here, play this clip.
County legislator, I funded water quality improvement project and invest in electric buses, and I also made sure to add more fund to improve our parks. When I'm going to go to Congress, I can tell you I will join the Conservative Climate Change Caucus, and I will hold China accountable because China is number one polluter. And I also will work with private sector innovation to make sure we are all engaged protecting our environment for generations.
And also, as CBS and others pointed out, Mazi Pilip claimed or said that she didn't vote in 2016 and 2020, and then told the New York Post that she voted for Trump. A bunch of flip-flopping here, including that she had claimed that she was like a paratrooper, and then she was actually like not a paratrooper. She it was part of the like paratrooper group, but she didn't like actually jump out of planes. Again, it had all these Santos 2.0 vibes. Here's CBS right here.
Pilip admitted she did not vote between 2016 and 2020, but says since then she has been immersed in politics and in volunteering for nonprofits in Great Neck, where she lives.
The Nassau County Republicans, which is the New York's 3rd congressional district, they're already trying to come up with excuses. Here's the Nassau County executive saying that the reason that Mazi Pilip lost was because of the snow, that snow reduced the amount of Republicans who voted in the 3rd congressional special election, not impacting Democrats and independents, but Republicans, Trumpers, they have a very bad reaction to the snow. Or maybe, get this, just maybe, that in 2018, in 2020, in 2022, in 2023, in every referendum, every time we see real voters with actual data, we see that they look at what the MAGA Republicans are doing each and every single day. And whether it's destroying a bipartisan border deal, taking away women's reproductive rights, engaging in sham impeachments, not supporting Ukraine, supporting Vladimir Putin, and people, Americans, especially independents in the pro-democracy community, we are all pretty much revolted by that. Let's not forget how we got here, folks. George Santos, of course, was the darling of the MAGA Republicans. Here, play this clip.
That's what it is. And the next time he tries to accost me with a child in my hand, I want him out of here. What happened? He's an animal. I am holding a child. He is a fucking terrorist sympathizer.
Who?
You can go look at the video.
Mr. Santos, who?
What happened?
Congressman Santos, who?
The gentleman back there.
And of course, it's behavior like that and behavior by Donald Trump like this. Here, play this clip.
And they're proud, they're clapping, they're going crazy. I can't do it, Mom, I can't. Boom.
And here Donald Trump is at another event. Here, play this clip.
You can do it, baby. I love you so much. And it's bad news. Bad things are happening. Mom, I'm sorry. Mom, I didn't do it.
And here's Donald Trump in South Carolina. I don't know, what is that? What is that? That's who's leading. That's who the Republicans are leading. Like a perennial loser in Donald Trump. And here, by the way, Donald Trump attacking NATO over the weekend, just saying that he told Putin, I'm encouraging you, Putin, go after NATO. Here, play this clip.
They asked me that question. One of the presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay. You got to pay your bills.
And once again, folks, we can call here on the MeidasTouch network that the Democratic candidate Tom Suozzi will go on to win New York's 3rd Congressional District. By the way, a big day for Democrats and all the other special elections as well. Democrats won the Pennsylvania special election, securing control of the state house there. Democrats now control the state house 102 to 100. Democratic candidate there, Jim Prokopiec, defeated Republican candidate Candace Cabanas in the special election for Pennsylvania's House District 140, again securing the Democratic control of the Pennsylvania State House by a margin of 102 to 100. And of course, the MAGA Republicans, they spent their day today high-fiving each other while they killed the bipartisan border deal, refused to support funding to Ukraine. They thought it would be a great idea to impeach Alejandro Mayorkas, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary. Here, play this clip. You'll see MAGA Mike high-fiving after they impeached Alejandro Mayorkas by 1 vote. And they wanted to rush it before this special election. Check this out. And that's how MAGA Republicans are spending their time. The pro-democracy community is out in force. We've been talking about it here in the MeidasTouch Network. Let me just share this with you. Let me share with you a private text message I sent to my editorial team here at the MeidasTouch Network. I'll take you behind the scenes here with our great writers, Ron Filipkowski. We got a whole team of writers who work at MeidasTouch.com. By the way, if you want to support our great journalism there, go to patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Here's what I told them. You can see it's timestamped at 3:38 p.m. There were all of these polls saying that they thought, based on all of the data that they claimed in the polls, they said that Mazi Pilip was going to potentially win or is going to be within a very, very, very close margin. And I wrote, I suspect independents will skew more Democratic. They're going to say major issue. Democracy is a major issue. Integrity after George Santos. And the margins will favor Suozzi more than the polls. Placing my prediction here to go on the record based on all of the data we've previously seen. I drafted that much earlier in the day, of course, before any of this came in, because we've been following this together, folks. We've been seeing this together. A big win for the Democrats today, a big win for the pro-democracy community. People are fed up with MAGA. And hey, you know, maybe when Lara Trump takes over as co-chair of the Republican Party, you know, Donald Trump's saying that she's got to run the Republican Party now, maybe things will get better for the Republican Party. Wish you the best of luck, Lara Trump. And as Donald Trump says, she's going to make sure that every single penny is spent in the right place, which she said means all the money going to Donald Trump. I'm Ben Meiselas. This is the MeidasTouch Network, a big win for democracy. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers together.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.